Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nono, and I am back with another video. Before we start, I quickly want to mention that I do have a thin layer of my DIY peel off base coat, and that's basically a layer of cuticle oil and some top coat. That way I can just pop the nails off when I'm done. I do also have a thin layer of rubber based gel, which is why they look a little bit nude. I do get a lot of questions from you guys about my natural nails and how I keep them looking healthy. So in the next video, I'm going to do a simple gel set on my natural nails, and in that video I'm going to be answering all your questions, and I'm super excited for that video because I love talking about everything nail care, so be on the lookout for that. But for today we're going to be using some full cover tips. The ones I'm going to be working with are the long full cover tips by Born Beautiful. Now I found ones that look exactly the same on Shein. I'm going to have them linked down below, but if you're a South African girly, you can also find these on Takealot. Now I love these. You can see I'm almost running out of this particular size, so I'm getting a little bit worried. But what I like about these is that they are a nice tapered square and very tough towards the end, as you guys can see, and also very soft towards the cuticle, which is what you want from your full cover tips. Now the one thing I'm not sure about these is whether they're gel or not. They always say they are gel, but I can't really guarantee that they are gel, but I will say they bounce back really well, and they're quite tough, so they might be gel. It's the price point that makes me doubt that they might be, because they're quite affordable. But again, if you're interested in these, I'll go ahead and have them linked down below. Now I went off camera and sized my tips. One of my favorite things to do with full cover tips is making sure that I customize them. That way they sit absolutely flush to my natural nails. Now you'll notice that I went ahead and just etched the cuticle area, just thinning the tip a little bit. That way it just sits more flush. Another thing I like to do is just customize it more, just file it around and make sure that it matches my cuticle nicely. Now in my last video, which was the BTArtbox unboxing, they sent me this kit which has a glue gel and a tip primer, so I'm going to be trying these for the first time in this video. When I opened the glue gel, I really liked it. It kind of reminded me of a builder gel, very thick, so this gave me a lot of confidence that I'm going to be able to work with it. And of course the tip primer, which I'm also excited to give it a try. As you guys can see, it's quite liquidy, and again I tried checking for the ingredients. I'm not really sure whether this is acetone or alcohol, but yeah, we're gonna give it a try together. I think this is such a great substitute to etching the inside of your nail. This works just as well. It creates like a nice little stickiness inside the nail, sort of like melts the nail a little bit more. But I will say it kind of almost discolored the nail a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, and you usually get this effect when you use acetone, so I do think there might be a little bit of acetone in there, but it didn't affect the nail that much. Now to help me attach the nails, I'm going to be going in with my LED flashlight, and of course once I'm done with this step, I'm going to be going in with my 48 white and just make sure that my nails are cured all the way. This is very important. So now let's start with the actual application. I'm going in with that glue gel. As I mentioned, this is the first time I'm trying this product. It gave me the same feel as a builder gel. As I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of applying a small blob at the bottom and then just pressing the blob up. I just find that it doesn't go where you want it to go. Now I really find that it works just applying the gel inside the well of the nail, and it just that way there isn't unnecessary amounts and it doesn't spill all over the place. So I go ahead at a 45-degree angle, I place the nail, and then I gently just press it down, and once I'm happy with how it's sitting, I go ahead and flash cure with my LED light. For my index finger, I kind of add a little bit more towards the top. I don't know if you guys could see that. I added a little bit more because my index is kind of curved and I struggle to get the proper amount, so I just always add a small blob of gel on there, but the rest of the nails applied really well. I try and make sure that I don't get any gel on my skin, and if I do, I just quickly give it a wipe before I proper cure in my 48 watt. Now the step that I love is really customizing the tips when they are on my natural nails. That way I can see all the lines and I can see where I would want to focus and taper in the tips more, because sometimes they just tend to be a little bit bulky, especially in the center. So you guys will notice I'm really focusing on those sides, really bringing them in so that they're a little bit more tapered. I wanted them to look like they're coming out of my skin. That's how perfect I wanted them to look. The middle finger was a little bit skew, so I spent a lot of time just making sure that I'm trying to correct the nail and make it look as straight as possible. And then I went ahead and just continue focusing on tapering the rest of the nails, customizing them. You guys get me, I just wanted them to look perfect. Once done with that, I'm grabbing my buffing block and I'm focusing this more along the cuticle, and that's because I had etched that cuticle, so I wanted to get rid of all those ridges around that area, just so I have overall smoothness throughout the nail, and just make it look more nice and neat. Now off camera, I quickly went off and washed my hands and I applied a thin layer of protein bond. Now I'm going in with my elastic rubber based gel. This is also the same product I have on my natural nails as a layer of protection. I love this stuff, you guys. It just works so well. I'm working with very thin layers. That's because I ended up going with 3 because I really wanted to cover my natural nails. I didn't want you guys to be able to see them underneath these nails because they are quite clear. And this is how it looks with 3 coats. The coverage is coveraging. So as you can see, you can't see my natural nails, which is awesome. I absolutely love this. Now I know this is gonna seem like overkill, but I'm going back in and grabbing my hand file and tapering these nails a little bit more. If you work with gel a lot, you'll know this. It tends to kind of become bulbous towards the end of the nail and it's really annoying. So I'm really focusing on the edge of the nail, just making sure that it's nice and smooth. I went in and customized the nails a bit more and just filed and smoothened them out a little bit. Guys, I wanted these nails to look so perfect. I was so focused. And I didn't care how long it took. I was after perfection today, okay? So I went ahead and did exactly the same for the rest of the nails. Now I'm grabbing my buffing block and I'm just smoothing the nail overall over again and just making sure that I'm really getting rid of bumps and my nail is nice and smooth for the next application. Once I was done with that, I went and washed my hands again, and this is how the nails are looking at this point. I was so happy, so happy with how they were looking, really neat. So I knew the nail art was gonna be bomb. Now I'm going in with my killer combo, which is Modelones top coat with Modelones black gel polish. Every time I'm gonna do chrome, this is the combo I go with. It works for me, and yeah, definitely my favorite. I mix the two together, more top coat than the black gel. The black gel just helps me be able to see the lines as I'm drawing them, but the star of the show is definitely the top coat. It just always gives me a really nice mirror effect whenever I do chrome nails. Now for today, we're doing a red chrome with 3D swirls. So I'm starting with that French line, really making it nice and straight. I get a lot of questions on how I draw my French line, and you guys, I just wing it. As you guys can see, I just eyeball it and if I want to make it deeper, I go ahead and make it deeper. If I want to make it narrower, I use a brush and just, you know, wipe the sides. It's just, yeah, I don't really have a technique. I just go ahead and just eyeball it. Another thing I was focusing on is just making sure that it's nice and smooth. That way the chrome application won't have bumps on the surface. And yeah, if you're someone who always struggles with your chrome looking bumpy, just always make sure that you really focus on this black part right here. Make sure that the application is nice and smooth. The annoying thing about chrome is it will show the slightest of imperfection, so you kind of have to be like a perfectionist when you want to have a really good chrome application. You also want to make sure that your nails are clean and you have a good liner brush, and yeah, you're good to go pretty much. So as you can see, I went ahead and did the rest of my French smile lines. I only showed 2, but the rest I went ahead and did off camera. Now I'm going in with my red chrome. I'm also picking up my makeup applicator. One of the sides are still clean, so I'm going to use it, and I'm going to start with the chrome application. There's nothing more satisfying than rubbing chrome on your nail art. It just looks amazing. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how do I get the chrome not to stick anywhere else? And as you guys can see, I just buffed my nails with a buffing block, and I removed the shine, and so there's no tackiness at all on the rest of my nails. You can also go in with a layer of matte top coat before you do your nail art. That way when you rub on the chrome, it only sticks to the part that you have drawn. I've had this idea in my head for the longest time, and I'm really happy that I got to execute it. I wanted to do the 3D swirl effect on a chrome surface because I really thought it will reflect really well. I went ahead and cleaned up and removed all the excess chrome, and then I went ahead and applied top coat of camera, and this is how they are looking at this point with top coat. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. The application was absolutely flawless. I'm so happy. Now for the swirls, I'm going to go in with my BTArtbox top coat. It's much thicker, and I think I might be able to do it with a top coat. I've never done the swirls with top coat before, so I kind of have a plan. And to flash cure, I'm going to use my light, and then I'm also going to be going in with my liner brush. So I figured in my head, if I do the swirls and then I flash cure in between, that way the top coat doesn't run all over the place. You would usually use a 3D gel, even builder gel, like a gel that is a little bit thicker to do this step, and then you would apply top coat afterwards. But I find that if I apply top coat afterwards, I kind of lose some of the 3D aspects of the nail art, so I decided to do the 3D swirls as the last step. So you'll notice I do a swirl quickly before the top coat runs all over the place. I flash cure it into place, and guys, this worked absolutely perfectly. Because I really wanted them to be 3D, I did go in with 2 coats per swirl just to have them stand out a bit more. And the best part was that when I was done with this step, the nail set was also done, which was awesome. There was no stickiness, there was no cleanup that was unnecessary. I really like this. For 2023, this is probably hands down one of my favorite designs from this year. I absolutely love it. I probably created it multiple times, especially over on my TikTok. I just think it's such a beautiful design. So this is how the rest of my nails looked when I was done. so pretty. But at this point I still felt like something was missing, and I didn't want to do something over the top, so I decided to go in with some rhinestones, and I'm going to be attaching them with my rhinestone glue. I'm also going to be using my caviar beads. I kind of wanted to create that ring effect on my middle finger, so I went in with a very thin layer of my rhinestone gel, making sure that it's just not all over the place, because I've already top coated the nail and I didn't want to mess it up. The top coat was very nice and neat already. Off camera I applied the caviar beads in between. It was a little bit tricky to do it on camera because I really needed my nail to be really close to my eye and just focus and make sure that it is nice and straight. This is how the nail was looking. So beautiful. It looked like the middle nail had a ring and it's just filling itself, and I really loved this effect on this nail. To finish up the look, I'm grabbing my cuticle oil and I'm moisturizing and nourishing my cuticles, and you guys, this is the final look. To say I'm obsessed is an understatement. I am in love with this set. If I could frame this set on my wall, I would. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I couldn't get enough of it, and I'm just happy that I was able to execute it, because I've had this idea in my mind for the longest time, and I really wanted to see how this design would look over a chrome design, and I love it. It's so festive, so chic, so stunning. Definitely one of my favorite sets from this year. As per usual, I went ahead and took some low light images as well. So pretty, you guys. Please let me know what you think of this set down below, and unfortunately we reached the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below how you like this set. Would you wear it? Where would you wear it? Why would you wear it? And most importantly, please don't forget to like the video. It helps me out a lot. I hope you guys are good and enjoying your festive season and spending time with family. I'm going to see you guys soon in the next video. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Bye guys.